They look outside, we look within. This is Elite. This is Elite.
Welcome, it is Elite, new wave, new sound. My name is Matthew, the People's host, and like you can see right now, I am seated next to a legend in Zambian music right here. I would call him the backbone of what Zambian music is today. Welcome to the show, K-Smash.
All right, thank you so much. I'm very privileged to be here today.
I mean, it is an honor for me to be having you on this show because it is something new, something the country hasn't seen yet and hasn't gotten used to. But having you seated here, I feel will really show the country how important it is to welcome something new like the new wave.
I'm very humbled to be on this program.
Your radio days, I believe you are a creative.
Yeah.
All right, and being a creative, there are a number of things that we've seen that are still running now on radio stations, and I wouldn't say much on TV, but I'd really like to go back to the Hot Demo first of all. Its inception.
Yes.
You know, what really inspired you to start something of that nature in Zambia?
That's a very important question. So it was in the year 1997. Obviously, Radio Phoenix came into existence in 1996.
Okay.
It was the first private commercial radio station. It was hip. It was fun. It was fresh. It was something new.
Okay.
And at that time, most of the radio was dominated by foreign music, you know.
That's true.
And even at Radio Phoenix, much of our music policy was, I think, 90%, you know, if not 100%, was foreign. So there was little or no Zambian music that was being played.
Okay.
At the same time, I was receiving demos from young people who were doing jingles for me.
Okay.
So they were sending demos, and they were singing and they were rapping.
Okay. And did some of them end up being
So
big artists?
I realized that.
Yeah.
I realized that there was some talent and it was hidden and they never had a platform.
Okay.
So there was a guy called Fada from Kitwe.
Okay.
He sent me a demo tape, a full tape, and he was rapping over Biggie Smalls beats, instrumentals. So one day I preempted and I played the songs, his songs. And I say, there's a lot of great talent in this country, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking of starting a show called Hot Demo, where I'll be playing demos.
Okay.
A few days later, I received about 50 demos.
Okay.
Yeah, from across the country. So I went to the then station manager, Chilulemba. I told him, you know what? I'm thinking of a show called Hot Demo Action. I think it's about time we showcase some young
Zambian
talent, some fresh talent. They said, hey, because Chilu is a creative as well. Chilu, he's a rapper, he's a voiceover artist,
Radio presenter,
TV presenter, yeah. And he already saw the idea where it would end up, so he believed in the idea, and he said, go ahead.
Okay.
So I started doing the Hot Demo Action. I think I was only 19, about to turn 20
Wow.
then.
Okay.
Yeah. Then from nowhere, we had a lot of people coming through on that show. So I used to have interviews with upcoming artists.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, from the show, I played demos that were done by General Ozzy. He came from that show.
Okay.
There were demos from the late Joe Chivangu.
Okay.
People like JK featured on that show.
All right.
CQ Muzukulu featured on that show. The late Keith Mutale featured on that show.
Yeah.
Mainza as well.
Featured on that show.
Featured on that show. So it brought a whole lot of new vibe around Zambian music, And I hosted the show for like 2 years. It was big, man. Every young person was looking forward to that platform so that they could showcase their creativity. And also, it ended up into exposing some producers.
All right.
I mean, there were guys like TK.
Yes, and we still have them by my side.
Exactly. George Wango as well. They started producing some great music, guys from Movie Passe as well. So a whole lot of the creative industry now started taking a bit of a shape. So after the Hot Demo Action, which I hosted for about 2 to 3 years, Mondo Music was established.
Was established too?
Then Mondo Music requested for some demos from the Hot Demo Action. Then they had the Rhythm Nation project, which was the whole birth of Zambian music. So big up to Shisha Folotia and the Mondo Music team.
Legends.
Yeah, Tinta Sokotwane was part of the people that were running with it then as well. They did a fantastic job. So from Hot Demo Action, then local Mondo Music Zone, Mondo Music compilation.
Okay.
From the compilation now, they started releasing albums of the artists that were on that compilation.
So
the Chatels,
and
the JKs.
And
Yeah.
sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
Meaning, the time you started the whole demo and then getting to Mondo Music
Yes.
and all these artists being born, and how every artist was looking forward to coming on this platform.
Yes.
The consumers, who were Zambians at the time,
Yeah.
loved what was happening.
It
with
was
the whole
strange
demo.
for them. It was pretty strange. Okay, it was, what is this now?
Yeah.
But because it was something different, it was something fresh, and also there was that consistency. You know, shows are about consistency.
Okay.
Or when we're introducing a new brand, it's about consistency. I was consistent. Every Saturday, people were looking forward to the Hot Demo Action. And then I was doing promos, like weekly promos, showcasing some of the demos. So I'd say last week on Hot Demo Action, then I showcased some snippets of what we had on the show. Some interviews of guys we had, like Crisis as well. Crisis
Okay.
was very dominant actually on the Hot Demo
On the
Action.
Hot Demo
yes,
Action, okay.
Yes, and I had Demo of the Month.
Okay.
So people were voting for the Demo of the Month. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And then Demo of the Year, just
Wow.
like that. So after we graduated from demos, we started now the Local Rhythms Countdown
Okay, that's on Phoenix FM still.
on Phoenix FM and still running for 22 years. And I'm proud of what Radio Phoenix has done.
Congratulations. How do you feel? How do you feel when you see some of the things that you came in with? This is your original idea, and it's still in existence.
It makes me very proud, and you know that from an idea we have seen a music industry that has been taking shape. It wasn't easy. Obviously, there was a bit of resistance at the beginning. There's some people that thought this young music from these youngsters is just a lot of noise, but it was something different. You know what I mean? And then eventually it started taking shape. The JKs, the Danis, the Chatels,
Oh, yes.
the Black Muntus, the MC Wabuinos, the Chameleons, Ozzy, Kanji, Mumpy, and everybody else. And there's now a whole new generation, and even the other guys are still existing. And we are seeing our artists now going international. And I want to tell the Zambians to be a little bit patient with the Zambian musicians. I think sometimes we bash them too much, and our expectations are too hard. But we are getting there, and I can see good things are really happening, and good things are about to happen. So it makes me a proud man to see that we still have the Local Rhythms Countdown on Radio Phoenix.
Yes.
We still have the People's Choice on Movie TV.
Oh yes.
We still have Z66 on Hot
Hot
FM.
FM.
Yeah, and that's amazing, man.
And all these are original ideas that you came in with.
Absolutely.
Now talk about, times changing, evolution does happen.
Yes.
And it has happened with the Zambian music industry, from Mondo music to where we are today with our generation.
Yes.
And you would look at the media as well and say, okay, these are the ideas that I made.
Yeah.
Probably I should be benefiting in some way because they're still running.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Somebody
Yes.
was actually telling me the same thing yesterday, asking me why I did not patent certain ideas and whatever I benefited from those ideas. You know, when I was coming up with those ideas, most of the times, it was about the passion, and I was young, and I wanted to just contribute to this
growth of
industry.
Zambian
You
music.
know what I'm saying? To Zambian music. Yes, there was a time that I went to find out a little bit about patents and about trademarks. At Pakra, and obviously the people were very, very helpful there.
Okay.
But there's no way I would have gone back to the stations or the TV and radio stations where I've been and said, no, that's my idea. I want some money. No, that was not necessary.
Okay.
I contributed in my way, and I appreciate the fact that even the owners of these stations appreciate. I think there are people like you, and there are musicians also, and other creatives that also appreciate the little role that I played. But I have also learned from that we need to protect our ideas. This is some intellectual property. This is creativity. So going forward, even like yourself, like you're doing this show, take time to consult some intellectual property lawyers.
Okay.
They're going to give you some ideas on how you can protect your idea.
Okay.
Because obviously there's a tendency of people stealing ideas, and
Sure.
It's very common in the creative industry. Yeah.
All right. I would also want to ask on what is Zambian sound? Because I've been getting bashed
Yeah.
for the kind of music that is playing on Elite, and they're saying it lacks originality. I cannot tell whether it's a Zambian or not. So what is sounding Zambian? Because I would understand music from a point of music is universal.
Yes.
If music from its origin, they discover a sound, they're telling us, look, we've discovered a sound and we want the world to appreciate this sound.
Yeah.
So the way we have Kalindula, right?
Yes.
I'll use that as an example,
Yes.
Kalindula.
Yes.
It's our job as Zambians to market it so well that
Yes.
the world now over starts using it. So music is a universal thing. That's what I understand.
Yeah.
But probably getting it from your understanding.
I
What is
totally
originality?
agree with your thought line. Music is a universal language. So Zambian music, and this is my definition and my opinion, is music that's done by a Zambian. Okay, for Zambians and for the world. You know, I have heard people who say, but Crisis raps in English, but Chandambao sings in raps in English.
English, yeah.
But Chandambao is a Zambian artist and is doing Zambian music.
Right.
Whether it features Squattle singing in English, it's
Reason
still a
being,
Zambian song.
because it's a Zambian.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is Zambian music as well.
Okay.
So we need to now differentiate the genres of Zambian music. Probably that's what we need to, because there is what they call Zamraga, for those that do dancehall.
Okay.
Black Muntu came up with their own style. It was called Kalifunku. You know, we have traditional folk Zambian music. We also have Kalindula. So like you said, it's about who's marketing what well. So here's a question.
Okay.
Our hip hop artists are doing Zambian hip hop.
Right.
Are those beats Zambian?
Yes, they are.
Exactly.
Because they're
so
produced by
someone will
Zambian.
say, no, this is a beat that sounds like an American beat. Why is it is Zambian music? So no.
But meanwhile, it was produced by a Zambian.
It's produced by a Zambian. It is Zambian music. It's music for the Zambians, and Zambians are enjoying it and are embracing it. So the debate about what Zambian music is, I think, is neither here nor there. What we should focus on is how do we differentiate the genres and what do we push there? Let's look at Nigerian music.
Okay.
Nigerian music has got their own style as well. They've got some songs that sound like R&B. They've got some songs that sound like traditional Nigerian music. And they've got some songs that sound like or hip hop or dancehall.
Right.
So someone would say, what is Nigerian music? I don't think those guys have got time to debate what Nigerian music
What
is.
Nigerian music
What
is.
they're doing is they're pushing their music
Right.
to the world, and almost everybody is enjoying Nigerian music.
Right.
So we should not dwell on what Zambian music is. Let's dwell on how can we shape the industry, you know what I mean? Because Zambian music is music done by a Zambian.
Right. Now, getting to the generations, right? I'll look at Chattel, I'll look at the likes of JK
Yeah.
and the kind. Yes, when we talk about what we have now, we've got the Market 2s, we've got the Slap Ds.
Yeah.
When these guys were coming to the scene, you know, and how times have changed. I'm speaking for the new wave artists now. Was there any connection between the Chattels and what we have now as the Slap Ds, or you feel these guys have just brushed away what should have been carried on to be the Zambian story? That won't happen because you're not having the roots to what the Zambian story is. So is there a disconnect in how from the Chattels and the Mondo music to what we have now?
I don't believe there's a disconnect. I think from my own analysis, what people like Slap D, Maktu, Chef, and all these new artists have done, or even Mampi, or were doing is they were studying the industry at the time that Chattel and Black Muntu and everybody was there. And then they have also added some flavor to what already has been there. I'll give you an example. What is so different about what Yo Maps is doing and Chameleon? What Yo Maps has brought is what Chameleon was doing.
What was doing back in the day?
Singing a lot about women and love songs and good stuff.
Good point. Good point.
What is Slap D and Maktu doing that's so different about Black Muntu? So they've also continued from where they were doing, you know, but they've added some little more flavor and a little bit more aggressive, and them look at it more from a business point of view, and I applaud them for that. So yes, indeed, we need a continuation than throwing away our roots. Even the new wave artists need to know that firstly they need to learn from the guys that they found in the industry.
Okay.
And I know for real that Mac2 and Slap D have had a lot of respect of the people they found in the industry.
Okay.
Hence they learned, and then look at their longevity, look at their relevance. They've been relevant for some time. I'm talking about over 10 years of relevance of what they're doing in terms of hip hop. So the new wave guys should continue studying the industry and not just throw away it and say, nah man, we've come up with our own style.
Yeah.
Because they might lose direction. At the end of the day, we still need a little bit of identity. One thing I've also realized about Zambia today is that we think Zambian music should be dunka dunka. you get one.
And to you, what is definition of dunka?
But you know what dunka is. But dunka is that dance stuff we like in Zambia.
Yeah.
Which is cool. We love it. A lot of Zambians love it. But someone can also decide to do some other things. But to be honest, dunka dunka is what is making a lot of Zambian music right now. You get the point. But we can still explore other sounds. A lot of guys that have come up and are doing massive productions, different sound, they're creating a different sound. Every time you hear a song is produced by maybe Starch, or like, wow, okay, that's him. That's something different. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing stuff, right?
All right. Now, do you know what I feel would be the barrier legend? For me, I feel the barrier here is this generation who expect these new guys to pay them for features, even when they want to learn something from them. They say, okay, we want you guys to feature on this song, but because this guy is big in the industry and doesn't want to, obviously offer his services for free.
Apparently,
this guy is not mainstream. How is this guy gonna go to this guy and say, look, I want to work with you on a song because we're trying to tell the Zambian story. So how would you advise the guys that are already existing in the industry to welcome the new wave like their own? This is us going international. This is us trying to tell the Zambian story.
Yeah. You know what? It saddens me when I hear that a lot of young upcoming artists do struggle to get some mentorship from the guys that have already been established because they want to be paid a certain amount of money. Yes, it's a traditional practice internationally, you know what I mean? Especially for the big artists. Maybe Lil Wayne wants to feature on Jay-Z's, whatever. Those guys, obviously, they've got the way that they work. Their industry is established. It's huge. We are not yet there. So if a young person comes to you and you are established, I think you need to embrace them and help them. Obviously, you cannot satisfy everybody because you're asking this guy who's not yet done even a single or a show for 5,000 for a feature. You're killing him. You're killing his dream. So it should be generational. It's mentorship, guys. Imagine even us guys that have been on radio and on TV for a long time, if we were charging for someone to just say, okay, I like you, I want you to be my mentor, I want you to help me in terms of radio and TV, how do I go about it? I feel we need to help each other for this industry to succeed and to be to be in the top 3 or top 5 of Africa. So I think my word of appeal to the guys that I established, please help the new wave.
Right.
You all came from somewhere and somebody helped you. You know what I mean? It's a chain reaction. It's a trickle down kind of thing. If you don't help other people, how are they going to help you as well?
Right.
Or you will also help. No artist can tell you today that they started on their own. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
They were either going to some DJ, please play me this demo.
They had you.
Exactly. Or they were going to some artists who they were backing for free for a long time. Then their breakthrough came. But let's help our young people as well.
Right. I love this, really, legend. I love to hear this. Now, talking about going international, there's some people who may be thinking, what does Matthew say on radio about going international? Does he really think we're going to go international? Like, this guy's crazy. I want to find out from you. Do you feel Zambia and what we have in the new wave has reached the time to actually go international?
You know, we're already international, guys.
We're already international.
Yeah, so what we need is a lot of promotion.
Okay.
The difference with Zambia and South Africa is that they pump in a lot of money in terms of promotion and artist management. In Nigeria, the government, you know, it's a huge industry. Not to say that we don't have support here. We are seeing, government also supporting the
artists.
creative arts industry, which is the step in the right direction. So we also need some, and it's happening at the moment. We have seen some brands that are believing in Zambian music, and they're giving them some endorsement.
I've seen
slowly
that.
way to go.
Yeah.
We are seeing proper record companies coming on board. Obviously, after the absence of Mondo Music for a long time, Kalandania Music promotion. They're putting in some money. They're pushing in terms of promotion.
The Nexus.
And I'm told, not Nexus as well, doing a great job. I'm told in the next couple of months we'll be seeing a lot of Zambian videos on Trace Africa, on Channel Law, you know what I mean, on Trace itself, on international channels, because now the guys that are promoting the industry now realize that we need to do this. And that's the way to go. So even the new wave should not give up.
Right.
All they need to do is just work hard. Work hard, don't give up. Get recognized. It's not easy out there, but someone is going to recognize you. You get a good deal, get yourself a manager, and before you realize it, you'll be international. Why did I say we're international? Come on, guys. Roberto, how many times does he perform out of the country?
Yeah.
Slappy has done collaborations with people out of the country. Mark II songs have been playing in the UK, have been playing in America. They've been performing across different continents. You know what I mean? General Ozzy as well. Mampi. So many artists that we can talk about. JK the legend himself.
Yeah.
So we're already international, but we just need to push more and more. Let's use all the platforms that are available for us to reach out to the world, because the world is not ready for what Zambia is about to offer in terms of Zambian music.
True.
And the film industry as well. The Zambian creative man is the next big thing in Africa.
Right. Now getting to you, who's watching this. You don't like buying music. Why don't you buy music? You are stealing from our artists. What do you have to say about that? An artist will go in studio, probably could be new wave, it could be the generation that exists now, could be a generation that existed before. They'll make music, they'll spend money on that, they'll spend their time on that, or to give a Zambian who's gonna download it off some website who doesn't want to buy music.
And that's very, very sad. So we need to get into a culture of buying Zambian music. We need to promote Zambian music. We need to there's a Buy Zambian campaign. So why don't the record label owners as well get into the program of the Buy Zambian campaign? That's one of the ways to sensitize people on the importance of buying local music. Then also people need to be educated on the dangers and how piracy just destroys the industry. But also, this is twofold. The artists are also sometimes desperate to have their music out there, so they go for free downloads. So we have gotten the Zambian audience used to free things.
Don't you think that should be criminal? Probably working around our policies.
Absolutely. There's need for also policy change. We need to start looking at what's there, So what does the law provide? What is ZAMCOP's role? What is the role of the police as well? It saddens me when I'm driving along Cairo Road and this guy brings me the Best of Z 2021, which he recorded. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's very demoralizing for the industry. I've been privileged to be in the industry for a long time, to be close to Zambian musicians who are my friends. I've seen them struggle, record albums out of the meager, resources, and then he sees his album has been pirated. It is wrong. We need to get into supporting and buying Zambian music. But like CDs are done now, so obviously we need to start another way.
We're now on digital platforms. We've got Spotify, we've got Apple Music in Zambia now. I think there should be massive sensitization around those things.
That's what I'm talking about. So Matthew, you have a job, and many other guys that are privileged to be doing shows like this. Us buying Zambian music, getting into the habit of helping Zambian artists. Let them know that when you download a song for free, you're stealing from the artist. And you're the same person that will go and see the Zambian artist in the street getting on a bus, and you'll be laughing at him. But you're forgetting that you're also contributing, because he can't buy a good car if he can't get proper royalties from the money, from his talent, from the effort that he's making. Yeah.
All right, Legend. What are some of the challenges you faced? Because I believe Western music was really dominant in Zambia, and then you coming up with something new that is from here, original. People didn't receive it lightly because they felt what's coming outside is better than what we can make, because that was the first thing we were introduced to. So, any challenges?
Yes. So I think one of the challenges was when I started doing Local Rhythms Countdown. It was a 3-hour show on a Saturday. Like Saturday evening is prime, you know. People want to listen to songs that I take them to the club.
Right.
But I preempted and I started playing Zambian music during that slot. It didn't sit very well with the management and the owners of the radio station.
Okay.
Then I almost got fired for playing Zambian music then. But
where's the patriotism, man?
But thank God, as time went on, we had brands like Airtel that sponsored that whole slot.
Okay.
So now the show that you wanted off is bringing some revenue to the radio station. So there was buying even from the owners of the station, from the management, and they realized, wow, this is making sense. So there was resistance, obviously. And that was a little bit saddening for me, but we continued, we pushed, because what we wanted to see was to have our own music on radio, our own music at weddings, our own music in the club.
Right.
And it's happening, and I'm a very happy man. Yeah.
Right. Now talk about. I remember a few weeks ago, I tweeted. Well, to be precise, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I tweeted talking about award shows and how inconsistent they are in Zambia. Don't you feel you deserve a Lifetime Achievement Award? Looking at how inconsistent our award shows are and us wanting to go international, do you think the world is going to take us serious?
It actually saddens me that we are quite inconsistent when it comes to award ceremonies. I don't know what happens. The first year is good, the second year is good, the third year the award ceremony is not there. I don't know what happens to us. We are very good starters, but sometimes it's a poor finishing. I pray that going forward, this whole thing changes. And then talking about a Lifetime Award, I have been privileged before to receive awards.
Okay.
I received a Radio Legend Award for the Radio Awards in 2016.
In 2016.
I have also received a Lifetime Achievement Award from CBC Television for my role in Zambian music in 2018.
2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also received an award for Hot Demo Action in 2009.
And this is the thing. Great things, like, sorry to cut you short, we're gonna go back on the awards again so that they get them clear. You have had this opportunity to be given these awards, but the fact that you are a legend in the Zambian music industry, I believe after you get such an award, I should see you all over the news. Yeah, like I should see you.
Yeah, this is Zambia, man. This is Zambia, man.
Zambia.
There's a saying that sometimes the prophet is never really recognized in his own country, but it's okay. I always tell people that I don't do things to be awarded or to be recognized. I do things because of passion. So if the recognition comes, well and good. But what's important is I want to do this because this is what I want to do, and I'm doing it out of passion. So I don't get offended for not being recognized sometimes. There's a guy who the other day was, he sent me a WhatsApp. He says, Kay, I feel you're one of the most unappreciated people in this country.
I agree.
For the role that you've played on radio and in terms of promoting Zambia. I told him, no. I actually don't feel like that. I'm okay with it. I'm okay because for me it was all about the passion. It's been all about passion, and I still want to contribute in terms of Zambian music, in terms of radio, in terms of TV, because I'm also in the creative space, much as I've got my corporate side, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, if you can bring it on, give me the award, man. Who am I to refuse?
Well, yeah, Elite will see into that. Definitely new wave, new sound. We're going to give you a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you.
It's just going to go to him. You're getting it live and direct. He's already worked. We don't have to look through who did what and what. He's already worked, and we're going to give you that.
Thank you,
so, I think in your time growing the Zambian music industry. What countries have you visited?
All right, so I've been to South Africa,
Okay.
I've been to Botswana, I've been to Namibia, I've been to Kenya, I've been to Mozambique.
All right.
In
Within
Africa.
Africa.
yeah.
Okay.
I've been out of the country, obviously, overseas.
Okay.
My brothers live.
Yeah.
So I've been there as well. But my main concern has been Africa, trying to listen to the African sound, different sounds, and I've come to realize that Zambia has got good sounds. And what amazes me, or what's been amazing for me, is when I go to another country within Africa and I tell them I'm from Zambia, they mention an artist or two or three.
Or three from Zambia.
Yeah, or you find that you go to a club and they're playing 2 or 3 or 4 Zambian songs.
Okay.
And you'll be like, wow, and you feel at home, and it's a very fulfilling experience.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, as we wrap this up on Elite, I would just like you to, tell the artists there to say, there's some who are gonna go international.
Yes.
There's some who've paved the way,
Yes.
and there's some who just won't make it to the other bridge, but who appreciate that they paved the way. Because that's something that I don't see really being understood. Say there's somebody who paves the way, and somebody who continues the journey.
Yeah.
So I want you to just give your word on that.
Okay, I love the way you put it. There are people that are gonna pave the way. There are people that are gonna go international. There are people that won't cross the other
Yes.
way. Wherever you are, or whichever stage you're gonna be at in terms of your contribution to Zambian music, don't feel bad about it. If you're the guy to pave the way, there's a reason God created you to be the guy to open doors for those people. And then for you who's gonna go international, find a way of pushing the Zambian story more international. How do we get ourselves together? How do we collaborate and still push Zambian music together? For those that won't go international, it is all good. Learn, and I think people should not feel they cannot go international. It's about setting goals, guys.
Right.
It's about having a vision, and it's not impossible. It looks impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela once said that, but we can still do it.
Right.
And it starts with a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work. Never give up, stay determined. Nothing, Matthew, is impossible. There's nothing impossible.
True.
There's nothing. You tell yourself, I'm gonna be international in the next. You start working towards it.
Right.
And ask yourself, where am I? I always tell people that I hang out with that I have my own way of doing a self-assessment of where I'm at in life. It's like a product life cycle, right? So there's growth, there's saturation, there's decline. You need to know, where am I? Have I reached my saturation point? Do I need to rejuvenate myself? That's why in marketing they talk about product rejuvenation.
Exactly. Product cycle.
Absolutely. So it's very important also for those that feel, why am I not crossing? Do a self-introspection. Where am I? Where am I? Why is this guy doing better than the other guy? And I want to talk about the so-called enmity that sometimes exists in the creative space. It's not necessary.
Not at all.
Matthew, if you are so good on radio and you're better than me, I want to listen to you and learn from you.
Right.
I want to listen to other radio stations and learn from them as well. We don't need beef. I know it's a competitive industry. Competition is healthy, but competition should not make us hate each other.
True.
We need to compete and say, boy, ndio chikali we. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ndio chikali
Ndio
baredi.
chikali we.
Ndio chikali wazimaka. That's the level we need to get to. So I think people first and foremost, the most important thing is should realize that nothing is impossible for us to go international. Whether you're an upcoming artist or not, or you're still there and you're still pushing, keep pushing. Okay. Not even the sky is the limit. You're gonna make it.
Thank you so much for making time to be on Elite. The reason why I asked you some of the countries you've gone to is the fact that when we finally hit the pinnacle where the world is seeing us as international, I'd like to go behind the doors, and God willingly, I want him to have you around.
Thank you.
I want to go behind the doors in Jamaica.
Lord.
I want to visit Bob Marley Studios, and I'll pay for the ticket. Do it!
And Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome
That'll be great.
stuff.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yes. And then
Shall
in
be.
Nigeria, you need to take me and see Don Jazzy.
Don't just.
Yes.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's gonna come down here for you.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
We as the new wave, as Elite, would like to ask for your blessing. I came back to you because I know the role you've played in Zambian
Thank you.
music, and I want to go out there telling the Zambian story. And I think we'd like to put it on camera, asking for your blessing.
You know what? I just want to say, first and foremost, God bless you. You're doing a great job. You got a bright future, man. And I love what you're doing for Zambian music. It reminds me of me some 25 years ago, you know. And don't get discouraged. The road is not easy out there. It's gonna be frustrating once in a while, but keep pressing on, man. And most importantly, you know, and this is real, man, and don't fake it, and tell people about this. Talent without God, G-O-D, is a waste. Because you need God to always guide us through the things that we do, you know. And ultimately, it's about passion. And I've seen that you've got the passion for what you're doing, and you're gonna go far, man. You remember these words one day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
so
a legend
much.
in the making.
Yeah, you heard that right. All right, thank you for joining us. This is Elite K-Smash here,
Thank you.
the legend in the Zambian music industry. The world is gonna watch this. They're gonna love us. Zambia, we're going international.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
This is Elite.